I wish that somebody had told me this stuff before I started delivering with the Uber Eats app. If you are new to driving and delivering with Uber Eats, if you just started, or if you want to be making more money delivering through the app, you should be doing these 9 things now. I'm not going to waste any of your time. Let's go ahead and dive straight into this. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Gig Nation, the original gig economy YouTube channel out there. Check my videos. I've talked about just about every single app delivering for in the gig economy. 45,000 subscribers strong. Let's go ahead and get into this video today so that you can start maximizing those earnings with the Uber Eats app. Work smarter, not harder. This goes without saying, and you can apply it to just about anything. There's really no point in outworking the guy next to you, putting in 12, 15-hour days on Uber Eats, because you really just want to be working during the best times. And a lot of times that's going to be during the dinner hours. That's when I put the time in if I am going to be delivering with the Uber Eats app. Occasionally lunch can be good as well, so I like to sometimes work those hours, but I like to do other things during the day that are going to earn money during the off hours instead of trying to work with Uber Eats when it is slow, because it's really not worth my time or the gas money that I'm spending during those hours. So we'll get into more detail about those other things that you can do with your time coming up here in a minute. Working with multiple apps. I talk about this all the time on the channel. I have some other videos. Go ahead and check those out. I'm not going to go into too much depth. If you're brand new, definitely don't try running multiple apps at the same time, but do apply for multiple apps. Think about DoorDash, Instacart, just to keep yourself diversified in case one is slow or one is more popular in your area, or if you are to get deactivated. Also, look at other apps like TaskRabbit, where you set your own rate, set your hours. You can actually plan when you want to work, plan those tasks for the slow hours, and set your rate at $25 to $30 an hour so that you are constantly earning good money and not wasting time delivering food in the middle of the day when not that many people are actually going to be ordering that food. Add-on orders, these are the sneaky little orders that Uber kind of tacks on once you've already picked up an offer. And it seems like it makes sense. You know, you're already going to the restaurant, why not just pick up one more offer? And that way you don't have to drive to a separate restaurant before picking up that next offer. There's a couple big things to watch out for. One of them is that you do not know where that second drop-off location is going to be. It's not going to show up on a map. So unless you really know the address well, or the mileage total is short enough that you know it's not going to be that far out of the way, it may not make sense to pick this up. Also, if that second add-on offer comes in late, like you're already at the restaurant, you've been waiting for 5 minutes, and then that extra offer comes in, you may want to think carefully about this, because a lot of time Uber is going to be sending out those offers as soon as the customer places the offer in the app. That means that you may have to wait a long time for that restaurant to continue cooking that second order when your first order may already be done. You might just want to be taking that first order, get out the door, get it delivered, and then pick up the next offer instead of waiting around for 15 to 20 minutes to make sure that food is cooked. I found that these add-on offers usually are not that great for me unless they are very high paying and short distances, and those are the times when I actually take them. What is the type of restaurant that you are delivering from? Personally, I've always had the best luck with Indian restaurants. For whatever reason, I get the highest paying offers and the best tips coming from these restaurants. So I like to hang out nearby. If I'm closer to a restaurant, there's a better chance that the Uber app is going to ping me for that offer, because I'm going to be able to get that food to the customer quickly. I also like to avoid fast food restaurants. These are not usually the best paying offers for me. Even though fast is in the name, they tend to be very slow. A lot of times I get stuck in those drive-thrus, especially with COVID, not being able to go into the restaurant. There are long lineups, and you may think that going through a drive-thru is going to be fast, but that is not always the case. Time is money when it comes to delivering. Pay attention to the drop-off locations. If you're not already doing this, please start doing it now. It is so important, because you want your drop-off to be as close as possible to that next pickup at a high-paying restaurant as it possibly can be. This is going to lower your expenses for that next drive, and it's going to save you time. Both of these things are going to add to your bottom line at the end of the day. So I like to only accept offers that are dropping off in a location near those high-paying Indian restaurants that I love, if possible. Sometimes I'll accept offers in other locations that I know are going to be busy, because this keeps me moving, this keeps me earning money, and it keeps my driving times down, and boosts my earnings up. Have multiple streams of income. This applies to everybody, even outside of the gig economy, but it is very important if you are delivering food. And that's because delivering food is just one stream of income. Sometimes it's going to feel more like a river if it's really flowing, like early in the pandemic when no one wanted to go into restaurants. People were working from home more, so they were ordering more food during all hours of the day. This app was really flowing. Uber Eats was great. And while it is still good money, that stream is going to fluctuate. Sometimes it's going to be better, sometimes it's going to be worse. So you're going to want to have multiple streams coming in so that you always have something to rely upon. So that means passive income where your wealth is building for itself. It means investing, and it means having other side hustles, other ways to generate income. For me, the actual money that I generate from delivering food is a small fraction of my total earnings. I make money from real estate. So I have investments in the stock market that are long-term investments. Sometimes I trade, but a lot of times I just set that money there and let it build. I also occasionally trade crypto. What I like to do is I like to put my money in USDC. That's 9% interest. There's no fluctuation. It just makes money for me. That's compounding interest while I sleep. Taxes. You got to make sure you are setting money aside from your taxes, because if you are not, that's going to be expensive later on. So make sure that you are tracking all of your miles. I like to use a separate app. I'll leave some links down below. And then I just multiply that by the standard deduction. Most accountants and CPAs say that this is the most beneficial way to get the best deduction. And so that's what I like to go with, but also talk to your own CPA and accountant, or at least do some research online from some bloggers that are, CPAs and that have a lot of that experience. Once you multiply those miles by the standard deduction, that's your total expenses. You subtract that from your earnings, and then you pay taxes on the rest. So having the most miles tracked is going to be very beneficial. These apps don't track all of your miles because they only track miles when you are on deliveries after you've picked up that food. So talk to your CPA about setting up a home office if you do other work at your home related to this business. And then you can start tracking your miles as soon as you leave the house until you come back. Once again, I'm not a CPA, so make sure you verify before using this strategy. Okay, let's talk about your acceptance rate on the app. You guys don't need to worry too much about this. I get a lot of comments on the channel worrying about if they'll get deactivated, if something's going to happen if you don't accept all your offers. I don't even look at this acceptance rate. I don't worry about accepting offers that are too high, too far away. If it's not a good offer, I am not accepting it. I'm an independent contractor. That means I get to choose when I'm working, what offers I take. You are too, so you have all of those privileges when you are delivering with the Uber Eats app. And last but definitely not least, set your order minimum. This is the minimum price that you are going to accept for an offer, and also have a maximum number of miles driven. If you're good at math, you can actually divide that payout by the number of miles, and you can find your pay per mile, and you can use this number to get a little bit more precise minimum. However you do it, you have to have a minimum, because if you're accepting those lowball offers, it's going to batch your earnings down. It's going to keep a roof on how much you can earn, and we do not want that roof. We want to earn as much as possible while we're delivering with the Uber Eats app. For me, it's usually a $6 or $7 minimum and $1.50 to $2 per mile. So I end up rejecting a lot of offers that do not fit this criteria, because, put it quite simply, I feel like my time is valuable. And so if someone is not valuing my time, whatever that is, if it's a side hustle, if it's someone that wants to hire me, if it's a possible income earning opportunity, then I ignore that opportunity and I focus on the high earning opportunities. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for all of the latest gig economy updates, and let me know if you have any questions down below, or if you have other ways to maximize your earnings delivering with the Uber Eats app. Leave it down below and I will add it to the list.